pretty
killing
good.
it.
8 yards per carry. 8 yards per carry. That's I'd say that's killing it.
The Benoit.
Miley only got the reference.
Yes.
I did not catch that reference.
Chris Benoit.
Oh yeah.
He killed his wife and his kid and then committed
Jesus.
suicide.
That's right.
Jesus.
I wasn't going that dark.
Jesus.
That was the
that's,
problem.
there it is.
Oh, man.
Killing it.
Yeah, we lost. Oh, I have a whole list right here. Our backup quarterback, Ali. We lost Breland, Mitchell. So I don't know who's linebacking for the team going forward. Walk-ons, I guess, because none of our signed linebackers are still healthy. And Ali was supposed to. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right because I saw him for half a second. Was supposed to be a stud quarterback, red shirt. Who knows how much that's going to affect him. This is going to be a tough stretch for...
Because you got Wazoo coming up.
Yeah.
It was a bad time to get those injuries, too, because everything was clicking for that team. I'm still going to hold faith.
Really quickly, I just want to take a quick break of the action. Frank Ntilikina looks pretty good on defense. His perimeter defense right there was phenomenal.
He better. Have you seen his wingspan? He's got like a 7-foot wingspan.
It was like hand on the ball the entire time.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue on. You got more to say about the Ducks? Good luck, Ducks.
Just stinks. Stinks to see a promising season seemingly go down in flames. Next man up, of course, but
I wouldn't write him off. I wouldn't write him off yet because it's not like we haven't seen this game play out before in college football where the talent behind them is actually quite good, but nobody's really had a chance to see it yet. So
I think this was going to really show what Taggart's made of, because if this was still Helfrich, we'd finish 4-8 at this point.
You'd actually go back.
Yeah, we'd lose.
We'll give up a win.
Yeah.
Or if Calipari was the coach, you'd lose all of them.
Yeah. So tough. Good to win, but not like that. So maybe we'll just be running the Wildcat the entire time.
Maybe the Wild Duck. All right, Tony, tell me about some Ohio State.
Well, it's hard to really say anything right now about Ohio State, especially in this last two games.
Because they're beating up cupcakes?
Well, they're cupcakes and just bad teams. Rutgers is just bad. There's no two ways about it. Like I was telling you earlier, I have a college pick'em with a couple of people I'm in, which is the top 25. Everybody was like, oh, Rutgers, 30-point underdog. Let's all go with Rutgers. There's no way they don't cover. I was like, I think you guys are underestimating how bad Rutgers is.
Rutgers is bad, okay?
Yeah, well, that's true. The best I can say is it looks like... It's hard for me to evaluate because the games were both good while the starters were in. Everything seemed to be going well. Defense is starting to play together, which was a question on how the secondary was going to do. It does seem like they're starting to find some wide receivers that can catch the ball. To be honest, what I saw most in the Ohio State games was the depth level of talent that's there is amazing. You've got they swap out first team for second team to compete against other teams' first teams, and it's like nothing changed. So, more hope to the future. Good job, Urban. You're doing something right.
Something. We don't know what it is yet, but something.
Yeah, and we don't know if it's illegal either. So who knows?
We'll find out when you head for Arizona State.
Yeah, exactly.
But have a good night to our friends. Not a Clue podcast are checking out because they want to go watch some baseball or something.
Who does that?
I don't know, not us. I didn't just switch it to baseball or whatever.
Just get the notification on your phone.
Oh yeah, they're fans. They're not just gonna look; they're gonna watch. That's what they do. You got a guy from New York City who's part of this podcast. You think he's gonna miss out on watching the Yankees get beat? I don't think so.
If they get beat,
that'll kill my prediction.
Yeah.
That would
rewind.
Spoil your party real quick.
Sorry, guys. But I guess now it's my turn, Penn State. Mm-hmm. Penn State, I want to go back to the week before really quickly. We had talked in episode 17, Tony, about how Penn State does not want to go into the horseshoe to play Ohio State. And I said, I am much more fearful of going into Kinnick. And what did I tell you?
Listen, I didn't doubt you. I have seen many Ohio State game go south in Kinnick, so I knew what you were talking about. But I mean, not for nothing. I mean, I'm sorry that came at the expense of your Penn State, but what a freaking game that was to watch.
So good. And Iowa, they're not that good of a team. They're good. They're not that good. They're not hang with Penn State good. If this were neutral site or Happy Valley, 21-point game. But
I believe it. Yeah.
It very well could be, but boy, was that was the game. I mean, if you were watching any game that weekend, that was the game to do it.
And Tony, you had said earlier that you have a hard time after watching that game, especially seeing anyone else as the Heisman frontrunner. And I still think Lamar Jackson's going to win it because what he does is just amazing.
True.
Unless
I don't think, quite frankly, that he deserves it. I think Saquon Barkley deserves it. I mean, look at how much he does constantly. Where would that offense be without him? I mean, yeah, they'd be good and decent, but would they be this good? No.
His worst game was like 196 yards from scrimmage.
Yeah, when? When?
And
190-something yards. Oh, your worst game.
His worst game
hope is the Giants tank this season so we can get him.
You don't want him.
Oh, well, the Giants want a lot of things.
The Giants don't want a running back that's going to be behind that line, trust me. They want a running back that's going to block for Eli Manning.
Well, he could probably do that better than what we got now anyway.
Yeah, so, probably.
Really, where's the loss?
Anyways, then the next week, this past week, Penn State played Indiana. Game was nowhere near close. Right from the rip, Saquon Barkley returns the kickoff 96 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, we were talking about bad teams. Indiana's a bad team.
They are a good team. They've got a good wide receiver. I didn't say they're a very good team or a great team. They're a good enough team.
Yeah, because they have a wide receiver.
They have a great wide receiver.
Yeah, that's where it ends.
Yeah, no, their quarterback is decent enough. I mean, you take him out of the Big Ten, put him in the Big 12 or the Pac-12 or the ACC, and he's probably... I mean, you take him off of, what's his name, Lago?
Legos?
I think it's Lego. I think it's pronounced Lego, L-A-G-O-W. I guarantee Florida State wants him right now.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, Florida State can take almost anybody that can help them right now.
But they don't have a chance against Penn State. It looks toward the middle of the game like, here it comes. Indiana's going to come back, and that just never happened.
No.
They lost by 31 points, which brings me to my next point. How the hell does Penn State beat a conference opponent who played a good game for 3 quarters against Ohio State, beat them by 31, and not leapfrog a team that didn't play? How did they not get ranked ahead of Oklahoma? Oklahoma did not play.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to make any sense whatsoever.
Yankees are losing 1-0 already.
Oh, boy.
Dozier hit a home run.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
Not looking good. Not looking good for them there Yanks.
It's a long game.
It's Derek Jeter's super fan.
It's a leadoff home run.
Yeah, I'll probably be in bed before this game's over. That's how long baseball takes.
Yeah,
in
it's
playoff baseball, oh, God.
That was beautiful.
Make sure we get in all those commercials.
All of those commercials. Anyways, Penn State should be ranked ahead of Oklahoma. They should be number 3 right now. Oklahoma should be number 4. That is a natural segue into the next part. Top 25. Can anyone guess who number 1 is?
Alabama.
Yeah, let me guess.
Oh, God, who are those a-holes that always brag about being the best team in the world?
It's Alabama.
Oh, yeah, it's them. That's
Can you guess number 2?
Clemson.
Mm-hmm. Number 2 is Clemson. A lot of people are saying Clemson should be number 1.
They make a good argument.
They have a better resume right now than Alabama does.
Yeah,
with three straight wins over ranked opponents in convincing fashion.
I
get people still ranking Bama above them. I agree Clemson is making an argument, but I totally understand.
Until Bama does something to really hurt their resume, it's hard to say that a team doesn't deserve to be where they were.
Facing Texas A&M, what are they, 25-point favorites?
At least. Although
22, I think the last time I looked at it, but at that point we're splitting
No Johnny Manziel this time.
Although, you know what? They do have Christian Kirk. Don't forget. Christian Kirk is a difference maker. Anyways, number 3, Choklahoma. They don't choke, though. They win. They win in big, important games this year, at least. Number 4, Penn State. Number 5.
Not USC.
Anyone guess who number 5 is?
Not USC.
Number 5?
Oh, I just had that.
Someone that you said I had very undervalued when we did our... Georgia.
Ah, okay.
It's Georgia. Number 5 is Georgia. Number 6?
TCU?
No. Washington.
Oh, yeah. I fucking knew that.
Number 7, we don't mention them. It's that team up north.
Mm-hmm. They don't count.
Number 8 is
They're not a real
TCU.
team.
Number 9, Wisconsin. Number 10, Ohio State. Number 11, Washington State, making the jump from 16. Auburn at 12. Miami at 13. USC falling all the way from 5 to 14. Oklahoma State holding steady at 15. Virginia Tech dropping from 12 to 16. Louisville staying pat at 17. South Florida staying pat at 18. San Diego State, Utah, Florida. Florida and Notre Dame are tied for 21st.
Yeah, I saw that.
What?
I didn't really get that either. But
How is that possible?
Because they do it based on number of points, and they both have 349.
That's stupid.
Yeah. West Virginia, 23. NC State, UCF, both coming into the top 25 for the first time this year at 24 and 25. One other thing that I want to say, we were talking about the American Conference, and Tony, you said they were garbage. They have 2 teams that are currently ranked and 2 teams that are quote-unquote receiving votes. So, go American Conference.
They've got some talent in there. I'm not gonna shy away and say that they don't. I just don't think that in the talent. I just don't see the talent level there as far as in comparison to the other bigger conferences. I mean, they have some good teams. Listen, Central Florida. I've been wrong. I did not see them being this good. And they look like a complete team. If you watch their game, they look good on offense. They look good on defense. They're holding teams extremely well. I'm extremely impressed with how good of a team they have there.
Absolutely. They are a very good team.
Highly underrated, I think. Don't be surprised if they rise in the rankings.
Even farther than they do now?
Yes, by the end of the season.
All right. Some other things in college football from last week. 1 second. That really, I think, surprised a lot of people. Texas. Everyone still thinks Texas is a good team. I have no idea why. They beat Iowa State 17-7. Duke got absolutely manhandled at the hands of Miami. Vanderbilt played Florida tougher than I thought they would. Maryland beating Minnesota. Big surprise. I am very much surprised that Maryland beat Minnesota.
I am as well. I did not see it coming. But Maryland is a better football team than I thought, I guess.
Yeah, for the first time, South Florida looks like South Florida, putting up 61 on ECU. This is the South Florida that I thought we would be seeing for the whole season. Finally, Georgia making the huge statement, 41-0 over Tennessee.
Yeah, that was
And that was not a That was
down.
not a Georgia.
Shut up.
Georgia team does not put up that many points that often, which is what amazed me.